Okay, this is a day 356 summary, and the reason why I wanted to do this is there's been a lot of good discussion on the discussion boards about my intention to file a civil lawsuit against Imran Awan and et al., which is going to include the whole spy ring as well as all the people involved in bid rigging, and it'll go as far as every bid that's been rigged. So I did I did also want to address a lot of the concerns and comments, and I've never really engaged Nikki Elise before, and she has said that she advised me to do the civil lawsuit months ago, and I thought I explained fairly well in the piece here that I had looked to Judicial Watch for pretty much this whole series for the first 300 days to do the civil side. I thought it was very important that I try to intervene on the criminal side, because the criminal side, there was two key things. One, I felt Carmichael said that a journalist could open the door if they saw a travesty of prosecution where something like this was occurring, a spy ring in Congress being let go and given a deal, which could have massive effects on veterans' families. The other one was the powers of equity. I did not want to just see the power of equity given to us in the Magna Carta, really, being just tossed aside. That's something that's politically popular in Washington, but it is in no way in keeping with the law, especially our traditions of English law. So just because something is unprecedented doesn't mean I'm not going to try it. That's like saying, well, we've never had a constitution before, we better not write one. You know, that the insanity there. So I'm not going to ever back down from guaranteeing constitutional protections. So I had my brother talk about iConstituent. He chimed in, which is great. Dave's a great legal mind. And he said, you know, RICO, computer fraud and abuse, I took all that in. So I just want everybody to know that Dave is contributing. I want to give Dave an attorney's share. I want $1. I want $1 in this lawsuit. I do want the attorneys to benefit because they're going to have to put the most amount of work into it. And you can see all the other related emails. Now here's a discussion that Nikki brought forward, that I would somehow release some information and obtain some evidence that was illegal, or somehow the prosecution obtained illegally, and therefore that would make this a mistrial. And I have to laugh. I have to laugh. First of all, the prosecution has all of the IG reports from Congress. They have the credit union report. They have the CDW reports. They have all the police reports from the beatings all the way through the John Wilkes phone booth. They have all the suspicious activity reports. They have all of that. In previous cases, like the Aaron Schwartz case, for one thumb drive, they plastered Aaron Schwartz's picture all over the world. Now here's DHS. Here's who we're going after, right? DHS, who does sneak peek searches on a nightly basis all across America, right? And then uses private gangs to do parallel construction when they find something, okay? The people that are running roughshod over the Fourth Amendment on a daily basis have the gall to say that I am somehow finding evidence in a illicit manner. Okay, so what's going to happen here is, if they try to do this, if Gowan and Miranda try to come up with some kind of cockamamie excuse that somehow this evidence was obtained improperly, that's almost like saying if somebody calls 911, that's improperly obtaining evidence. This is a citizens movement. This is a citizens data collection. This is like a neighborhood watch, only on a global scale. And instead of a neighborhood watch, this is a government watch. That's all this is. That's the whole idea. This saying this is illegally obtained evidence is like arresting somebody for calling 911. It's just on the face of it, it's just a ridiculous argument. So I really want to see Gowan come forward with that type of argument, because it is fraud on the court. It's obvious conspiracy. Please go forward with that, because you're just giving the case to me. So and this group in the movement. So I wanted to go through the comments a little bit. And Nikki talking about how I was wrong and so forth. Again, I think I made those arguments already but it doesn't even matter. Suppose I am completely wrong, okay? Which is great. That's great that I'm completely wrong. What matters is today and moving forward today. If she said, or he said, I think that Nikki's an attorney in California, if she said that the civil's the right way to go and now I'm on the right track, great. Join the team, Nikki. I couldn't be more happy. The reason I said before was I wanted to preserve those rights for journalists in the United States. And it's not self-congratulatory, it's just constitutional powers. I wanted to, for every person in the world, I wanted to retain the powers of the Constitution for powers of equity. So I'm not going to back down from that. So there's Mike McMahon. I need to call you Mike, I'm sorry. He's the guy who was the person who did the vetting for the FBI, for the whole Office of Management and Budget, or Office of Personnel Management, OPM. He's involved in the crowdsourcing, and everyone's just makes a lot of comments about lawyers and so forth. And believe me, I don't have anybody giving me legal advice, but I've got lots of people all over the world helping. Adding insight and so forth. And I have these discussions on a daily basis with many experts. Again, we talk about the sky and we talk about how the sky is blue and so forth. And sometimes every once in a while, by looking at the clouds, I'll get some legal insights, but in no way are we trading legal advice. So anyway, if you want to look at some of the discussion, I put it there. It's pretty robust discussion for a late afternoon post. But I thought it was important enough to do a supplemental video to discuss my feedback on this stuff. Again, welcome to the team, Nikki. If you think the civil way is the way to go, that's great. Dave, welcome to the team. If you think RICO is the way to go and the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act is the way to go, that's all good. That's all good discussion. Again, look, I mean, I posted this video 8 hours ago or 9 hours ago. Look at the tremendous amount of discussion. We are moving at the speed of light. This is why Judicial Watch and people like that, and I'm not going to say front houses or interceptors or replacements, but that is an old model that doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. It's a model established. It's like television versus the internet. This is the internet. That was television. It's dead. So we just have to realize it. We have to realize it and go forward. Look at the speed this is made, and it's not even business hours. It's 4 a.m. in the morning here on the East Coast, and we're moving at the speed of light. So thank you all.